Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees and welcome back to our Assassin's Creed Valhalla Let's Play Adventure Extravaganza, where today we are attending a funeral. Big, beautiful opening right there. Lots of energy, big, loud, fun, exciting music. We're going to a funeral, but it's for a guy we don't know and have never met. It's a bishop, and we're going to attend his funeral to determine whether or not he is the Seax, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce it. I am still unsure. S-E-A-X. I've heard them say it a couple of times. It sounds like an entirely fabricated word, unlike all other words, which are not fabricated. All other words are real. That one was made up, and where I don't like it when words get made up, oh goodness no. That should never happen. It's not like that's the basis for all language. You know, you have a large enough group of people who point at a thing and say the same sound, and that becomes its name, and thus was a word made up, and thus language. Glad that's not how the system works. But this individual is allegedly one of the 3 order members working in this city to overthrow King Alfred. Now, some of you might recall, well, first off, I guess what we should address is at the top of the screen, we've got a data thing going on there, showing our frame rates and our GPU and CPU usage. I've been experimenting with a bunch of different settings. My computer kicks out a bunch of heat, particularly the GPU, and I limited from 144 hertz to 120 to bring the GPU utilization down from 99% to, hey, look at that, about 89%. Not too shabby. And it's a little hitchy in cities is what I've noticed. We are using FSR and quality, but I'll get rid of that. And the other thing, I don't remember what I was going to say, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. But is this where the funeral's taking place? It looks like it's over there slightly. So I suppose not here. St. Peter's Church. The sort of place you'd have such a thing.
Meal, then here should be the proof.
Are we supposed to just, like, listen in? Are they really dead? I mean, that's the body, but we were also told that he was a big fat fella, weren't we? This doesn't look like a big fat fella. Can we actually investigate the body?
Only his face was burned. That seems like a strange accident. And this corpse's build is slight, frail. Goodwin said Aelfirth was a brute.
Okay, maybe he wasn't big and fat, but he was a big fella. Maybe, like, well worked out, you know? Maybe he benched. And it is odd that only his face were burnt. That kind of raises some suspicions. You said you were his sister?
Do you not see? I am in prayer.
May we speak of your brother's death?
Have you no shame? Leave me.
I guess this is a little cruel. I believe your brother still lives.
I know the burden you bear. Such a weight of sin you have taken on, and all for your brother's sake. I know he lives.
No, he said it was for the good of all. I am his loyal sister, and I tell you, he is dead. You hear me?
I hear, but I do not believe. See, she just admitted it. Wait, what? Why did they start coming before she even called for them? This is unhinged what's happening right now. Also, my goal is to defeat them all. Darn it, I was gonna say before any of them are close enough to actually hit me. There we go, that's what we were going for. Gotta get him right in the Achilles heel. Excellent. I love using this stun ability. It's so satisfying. So what did she do? Just go in here? Honey, why would you get yourself cornered like that? You could have gone anywhere. You called for guards. I mean, they were coming before you even said anything. You could have run in a that-wordly direction. You can't get out. I could just bar the door and continue to repeatedly ask you the same question again and again until it starts to drive you crazy. Except I can't, because the game won't permit it. The game says to speak to the bishop's sister, but it's literally not going to allow me to. Do I need to do something? I'm confused. Hello, game? I'm just gonna start hitting E. That's the button you would I'm getting upset here. Hold on. It was there. There we go, for just like a split second. There we go.
Leave me alone.
Enough of this cat and mouse. Where's your brother, the one they call the Seax?
He is a ghost now, but he will make himself flesh once more at the Witten. And Alfred will be king no more.
He means to kill Alfred.
In like
No. The king will step aside and Aelfirth will lead us all, risen and resplendent as the Lord.
Okay.
You are a damned fool.
Are they trying to do like a fake Jesus? Are they trying to have all this be like, oh, he's dead? But he's back to life, everyone! You can't, that only works with Jesus. He literally had like holes in his hand and everything from where he had actually been crucified. Everyone saw his dead face, right? Like, there was no doubting that he was actually deceased. This is a completely, like, people are gonna know. People are gonna know, wait, no, there's still, his body's over here. The frail body with the burnt face still exists. This isn't gonna work. This is a terrible plan. This is an absolutely terrible plan. Or, maybe they've also kidnapped, we met the king's daughter as part of a little side quest in the previous installment. Maybe they're holding her hostage unless he steps down from his throne. Or something along those lines. Could be, we don't know. And we're not going to know until we arrive and see what's going on. I'm a little bit nervous right now. The game's crashed a few times on me, which is weird because the game, up until now, we've had a couple of crashes through the last like 100 hours of gameplay, but they've been few and far between. But kind of while running around the countryside and collecting things, it's crashed about 4 times on me, and I don't know what the issue is. I don't think it's hardware because I don't really have issues with other games crashing. I mean, aside from Kingdom Hearts, but it's very well established. That's not my problem. That's the game's fault. The game is fundamentally broken. If you go to Steam, a developer or a community manager or something posted, there's a pinned comment from Square itself that the game is broken on AMD GPUs. So what is the situation? Kill him. Which one is he?
The letter of their sermons from Latin to English. And how can we understand God's words if they are not spoken in our tongue? Aelfirth is dead, and we mourn him. But the foul deeds of the unrighteous are sown among our holy deeds, like cockles and tare in a field of wheat. Education.
Which one? Is it him?
Enlightened thought.
The game wants me to jump down there, but I want to do like a clever assassination.
These I will demand of the next Bishop of Wincestre. And so we meet to discuss all worthy candidates.
I'm just listening to the dialogue as it unfolds, while I wait to see what might happen. There we go. Alright. He showed himself eventually. I had a suspicion it might be him, because he kept getting closer and closer.
How sweet is the shepherd's pipe when he calls his lambs to slaughter. I was born to Christians in the northern wilds. My mother would cradle me beneath the stars and whisper, dove-like, God watches over you.
Oh. Sorry, what?
Then your people came. And God fixed his stout eye as they slit her throat for a copper ring.
Is that the actual fellas too?
No stars threw down their spears as barbarians smeared her blood through fields of broken wheat. God watched all, and I hated him.
This is like the testimonies you get if you go to Reddit and you go to r/atheism.
A trial you failed.
Alfred's God is weak, yet he would chain us all in his service from our first breath to our death rattle. My order wishes to break these mind-forged manacles. I am the wolf in lamb's wool.
Bro, you were just in like full armor.
For God himself, a worthy path to walk.
Ain't nothing sheep-like about
A
ya.
walking feast for ravens.
One more gift for you, Dane. A deadly truth, if you can find it.
Ooh.
With my death, the Order will not die. It will only transform into something far worse for all of us.
Well, that was vague. What exactly could it be talking about there? Also, what is the key for? Maybe that's what I need to get the... Oh my gosh, y'all weren't watching! Oh, well, I've got a story for you. We'll wait till this all concludes here. Basically, I think I found King Arthur's sword.
Eilfirth will not cheat Loki's dread daughter twice.
I owe you my life.
An irony not lost on me, Alfred.
My king, we'll go by back streets to the old minster. Eivor may find us there when all has settled.
Eilfirth, my love! No! Curse you, Dane! My brother served God.
Objectively false. He was not a true Christian.
He was not a Christian. He abhorred your God.
But why strike him down? Have you no compassion for good men?
He was about to do a
We both have more
coup.
questions than answers. But if you know this key, perhaps we can help one another. Where is its home?
You treated me with kindness, but this damned order, their machinations killed my brother, so the rest may rot. Take this key to the ruins beneath the bishop's house. You may find answers there.
Ooh. Is this like a little bit of a split situation? Do I gotta choose my path? Go meet up with King Alfred? No, just go find the Order's Temple. Okay, I will go do that. No reason to be back here. There's no exit back here, is there? Have I just wandered deeper into a building for which there's no escape? Nay, I say! Right, so while exploring the region, as I do between episodes, if you didn't realize that, hate to break the illusion, but I don't just sit here, stop a video, and then start the next one. I've actually nearly found everything here. It's just mysteries left. But somewhere around here, I think it was like under... Yeah, this stairs into the Merden caves. Merden. That just clicked for me. You go underground, and then underneath this circle of stone, I found what is definitely Isu ruins with the sword. And I did a save before I tried to get it, because I was like, if this is King Arthur's sword, we're gonna have to do this in a video. I'm gonna just have to reload that save and start recording. It wouldn't let me take it, though. So I assume at some point in the story we're gonna go back there. You think I'm crazy right now. Alright, I know you think that I'm making this up. Like I'm just some kid on a playground, like, did you know that in Valhalla there's King Arthur's sword? And it's like, oh yeah, and I guess, you know, Luigi's secretly in Mario 64. I'm serious, it was there. I didn't record it, because it just seemed like a weird thing to start recording, and then what do I do with it? Just drop it in the middle of a video? I should have. Because right now I could drop it into the middle of this video and be like, and look what I found earlier. It's there, we're gonna go back there. You remember this moment, okay? Put a little pin in it in your mind. Jot down the name of the video, the URL, the timestamp for later reference, because someday we're gonna go get that sword, and you're gonna be going to the gosh darn pantry and getting out a thing of Reese's Puffs and filling up a bowl and adding some high quality chocolate milk and then coming back and sitting down and eating that whole bowl as penance for your sins for doubting me. All right, 'cause trust me, it's real. But I don't think that maybe this has... it didn't specify what I needed to do to get the sword out back at Merden's cave. It just said that not right now, dude. Literally what it said, like actually an Ubisoft developer materialized, not in the game, but in the room next to me and leaned down, put a firm hand on my shoulder and whispered in my ear, not today, dude. And I was like, fine, you know, I'm not here to like rush things. I'll play the game at the proper pace as dictated by Ubisoft. You know, far be it from me to step out of line on a situation like this. But I do believe that at some point we'll have to go back there. Bird, where am I going?
Show me.
Yeah, there we go. Show me the meaning of being lonely, I guess is what I need to know. We're not gonna sneak in, to heck with it. This is a lot faster. Anything that stands in our way, anything that presents an obstacle or a threat to us will be dealt with swiftly and with many arrows. Or actually, as few arrows as possible, actually, is what I would prefer. Will these arrows, like, hit other guys as they pass through? The answer is no, which is a tragedy. Please do a big red attack. No. Okay. Unfortunately, if they do a big unblockable red attack and you dodge into them, I forgot we can do this. But you can actually, like, assassinate them. But it has to be the big red attack. Like, he has to get enraged. Not that. That'll just slow him down. That's unfortunate. I like how forgiving, you know, the mechanics are in this game, by the way. So I gotta find out a way underground. It's gotta be this. This is bound to be it. I don't know if I've ever come across this before.
If Eilfirth's sister spoke true, I will find answers in the ruins.
It's been alleged that that's the case, but probably on the other side of this door.
This must be it. The door to Eilfir's secrets.
Temple of Mithras. Okay, that's pretty cool sounding. But what do we actually expect to find here? Besides rats, who scurry into little solid walls upon my approach. Is it just going to be a piece of paper that tells us what they had planned? An unsealed letter. The mark is Alfred, a withered sprig from his father's trunk. We should have seen it earlier. Someone is calling himself a poor
send this to Hytham. He may make some sense of it.
I'm not finished yet. Someone calling himself a poor soldier is colluding with our king and feeding him names. London and Eofric, Eforwick, have already fallen to this treacherous rat. Burn the king to ash before he reaches the roots. The instrument. Okay, so that's just like... That's a loot that's incarnate, I suppose. Did loots exist at this time period? I'm actually entirely unsure. I don't know the history of this time period 100%. I got called out on a previous video by someone who's actually very polite and respectful, which is what you gotta be in these sorts of situations. Because if you were just like... I would just mock and ridicule you right now. But the guy he was very polite. I said that I didn't expect a Viking man... It was in the episode Going to America. I didn't expect for Eivor to, you know, just... If in an actual situation, I wouldn't expect a Viking to, That did not do what I thought it would do. I kind of expected it to burn that and get that door open. I would not actually expect... I'm gonna get to the point here. A man in Viking times to, like, willingly take orders from a woman. Because... everyone was much more sexist back then, and there was no such thing as, like, equality or feminism. So it seemed unrealistic to me that such a thing would occur. And it seemed a little bit like Ubisoft and, you know, I mean, look, there's an agenda at Ubisoft. Can't deny it. Whether you agree with it or not, you have to acknowledge that it's there. And I felt like maybe that was a little bit of whitewashing history for the narrative. But someone left a very polite comment saying that actually women in Viking culture were equal to men. And something about divorce rights. Now, personally, I don't think that necessarily proves or disproves what I had to say on the subject. I feel like my comments are still valid. That's not doing what I wanted to, but we can slide under there now, which is what actually matters. Let's see what this has to say. That's all on the subject. That's it. I don't know enough about Viking culture one way or the other to say definitively that I was correct. I still feel like I probably
Everything
was.
they did was to undermine Alfred.
Sorry,
She
what?
lied to me. There's nothing here of the order. I should see Alfred for my reward.
Hold on. Fated decree, a universal decree, writ in this 870th year of the Christian Jesus, bulwark England against outside agitators. She is our last great fortress upon this earth, with walls not only of timber and stone, but of will that have repelled our ancient rival for over 4 centuries, yet now we face a new threat, ravenous Danes who have not yet accepted our supremacy. We must fight to turn them or eliminate them. Though embattled, our sects in Francia and Ireland stand ready for a glorious return. Be ever resolute through our order, may diminish our truths are eternal, the Father. I feel like we've gotten good information around here, Eivor. What do you mean we've not gotten anything of worth or value? Also, we're not done yet. There's more in this room. There's nothing more in this room. I think the idea was that we were probably supposed to get that explosive and then carry it around there and use it to blow up that wall. But I just used one of our arrow commands instead, because we've got one that, like, does an explosion, which is pretty cool and useful, and it definitely breaks a lot of the puzzles. But yeah, anyway, to finish the conversation from before, it was a very polite comment from someone just pointing that out, and I appreciated it. You know, I don't actually know all there is to know about Viking culture, so I really couldn't make that declaration with absolute certainty. It was just an opinion based on my sort of general knowledge of the time and the condition of gender relations. But if you disagree with it, that's fine. If you have any sort of evidence you'd like to provide, that's fine as well. And quite honestly, if you just want to leave a nasty comment accusing me of being some sort of istrophobe, I will mock you in future installments. So those comments are welcome as well. Makes for good fodder in future videos. How dare you say in an era where women were basically sold as wives against their will. That a Viking man wouldn't take orders from a Viking woman. What are you, some sort of modern day bigot? Think about things before you use your brain. This guy looks way too chill. What is this? Are they about to turn on me or something? What is happening? This is so dramatic.
Come forth, Eivor.
Yeah, I don't like this situation.
Here is far enough.
When wrongdoers came to devour my flesh, these enemies stumbled and fell.
My man's about to knight us.
Been thrown out, Alfred?
We're about to be knighted is
I
what's
did
about to happen
exactly as
here.
we agreed.
That you did. But do not mistake necessity for friendship.
We are not getting knighted.
You are a man of your word, a man of God.
Indeed. By his example, I live my life. Goodwin?
Here is the only silver fit for one of your dragon boats. A reminder of Christ's sacrifice and our charity.
This too I offer you. Live here among us in peace as a Christian, or die a pagan in a blood-soaked field. All you have to lose is life everlasting.
And if I choose neither?
He offers you hope, Eivor. A life of purpose, above and beyond this one. You'd be a fool to refuse.
It'd be great if they would actually let me choose.
Your reign will end, King of the West Saxons. Raven wings will beat until your throne crumples to dust.
You were wrong, Goodwin. This one is beyond saving.
That's suspicious. Am I gonna have to fight them? Do I have to escape the city now?
You had your chance, damn you!
I did not want it.
How great would it be if there was an alternate option to pick to side with them and just abandon our home?
Alfred.
Right, we're not gonna fight all these guys. We're gonna sneak out of town like a proper assassin would do. This is a pretty dramatic way to end the game, though. I'm very much a fan of this. This is very cool. Not end the game, but end this story arc, where literally the entire city is now on high alert. They're like, good job, you did the thing, but we're still enemies. Here's your reward. Godspeed, Pilgrim. This is epic. I'm very much on board with this.
I will return to Hytham and Ranvi. They will want to know what happened here.
Do you want another go at that line? I'm not sure if I've ever heard Randvi pronounced that way. It sounded like you almost had a stroke halfway through. Randvi. Tell me where is Randvi, for I much desire to speak with her. We gotta get over the wall still. Like, the game is acting like we've already escaped. We're still within the city. Okay, we're free. We literally... There's nothing they can do to stop me now. Are we gonna run all the way back to Randvi? We definitely could. I'm tempted to go show you King Arthur's sword so you'll believe me. We could fast travel to here, run down and enter the cave here, and then we unlocked a shortcut as well that takes us directly to the cave via a fast travel. But I'm not going to. I'm going to make you trust me. You just have to take my word for it. I'm not going to provide any proof or evidence, and we're going to fast travel back to Ravensthorpe. You just got to take my word for it, baby, alright? It happened. You can disagree, you can argue. That's fine. Get into it in the comments section. Start bickering back and forth. Is there actually King Arthur's sword? Is Rees making this up? Is this all some sort of elaborate bit? Go ahead. Go ahead. Doubt me. But I will be proven right, okay? The future will bear this out. You will see the evidence. In the meantime, should we report to Hytham first? It said report to Hytham and Randvi. You would assume that if we went into the hall, they would both be there. Hytham is... yeah, he's right there.
I cleared Winchester of the Order. Yet to do so meant working with King Alfred.
Your poor fellow soldier led you to the King of Wessex? How very strange. He, or she, is toying with you, it seems.
Not really much to say here.
Then go in peace.
Wait, what was that second
Godwin
option?
is dead, nameless and alone across the open sea.
A master of the order hewn from the trunk of their dying tree. You are getting closer to the roots.
I guess it was just that. I saw give 6 codex pages. Oh, sorry, wrong button. I keep doing that. No, don't quit. No, get me back out of this. I have to go. Why? In every other game, if you hit escape, it takes you out of the dialogue options. Do we have to report to him? No, okay. I was going to say,
I have to go.
Does he have a clever comment for every bad guy we've ever defeated and I've just not been keeping up with them? And the answer to that question is, in fact, maybe. But not that time. He didn't really have anything to do with the Gorm quest, which is what kind of raised that question in my mind to begin with. Let's go see if we can't set up where we're going next. It wouldn't shock me if after this we got another letter and another Assassin's Quest, because
Eivor,
I feel like we're behind on those.
The order in Wincestre has been wiped out, but we are no longer welcome there.
We were never welcome there to begin with.
Was none other than King Alfred himself. The order wanted him dead, so he fought back.
Alfred, the line between friend and enemy is a porous one.
They're not really pledged to us, though, is the only problem. Like, that's not exactly how that works. I don't think if we call on them to help us rescue Sigurd, they're going to come to our aid. What's left on the map? Show me the map.
See the Alliance map.
There's one option left, folks. I mean, there's a couple of places. We've not been to Irvikshire. We've not been to Gloucestershire. We haven't really done Hamptonshire. We've done the little city in the middle of it, of course. But so there's other places left to go and other things left to do, but I guess they're locked behind Sussex. So we're going to have to go there next, I think. We'll go check our letters real quick. I've changed my mind. I will not be pledging to anything or anyone, and I will be leaving this conversation. I did it again! I gotta remember not to do that, except every other game on the planet that works. It doesn't look like we have any additional new letters. Oh my gosh. I think the last thing there is left to do is gonna be go to... I mean, unless, like, there's tons of side content. If we open that up, and that was the wrong button for it, but gosh darn it, I put in an effort. Check this out. Right around town, we got all kinds of things that we can do here, right? We got a new home. We got Breaking the Order, Viking for Hire, In Dreams, A Distorted Dream, Restless Dreams. Why is there so many dreams-related content? A Brief History of the Hidden Ones. That's not dream-related, I suppose. But then there's the Ireland, Irish Trade, Asgard, Well-Traveled, Francia, Strangers Bearing Gifts, Mystery Challenge, A Challenge from the Gods, The Forgotten Saga, we're not there yet, A Gift from the Other World, River Raids, we're always doing those, although that is absurdly high. What is that? 462 for what now? Also, I guess we should probably have a look at our skills then, because we do have like 35 skill points to spend yet again, that I will once more just dump into random things over here. Enemies who die from one of your poison attacks will release a toxic cloud around them, infecting those who enter. Booby trap a dead body, hold F near dead body. That's actually kind of cool. Dead men tell no tales, but exploding bodies might kill a few. Running out of things to upgrade. We're about to hit power level 444, though. All the way up to 447. That's fun and unique. Is that everything over here? Am I missing any? It really doesn't look like I'm missing any. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this branch of the family tree has been fully unlocked. How exciting. Heavy dual wield. I've never felt compelled to do that, but maybe now that we can, that'll change. 1, 2, 3, 4... 457, and that's all the upgrades we've got for now. Pretty sure this wing's finished. Pretty sure this wing's finished. We're gonna be 100%ed here before long. Oh, I just realized. When they're completed, the constellation, when you zoom all the way out, the constellation fills in. So that's a good way of telling whether or not you've missed some, because if you scroll around here, all of these are completed, and then when you get up here, these are not. That's so obvious, so visually obvious that I'm ashamed I didn't realize it sooner. That's a good Ubisoft, I give you grief, but that's a good touch, alright? Whoever came up with that, give them a pat on the back, and a Starbucks coffee, like, gift card or something like that. Doesn't have to be Starbucks. It could be any coffee place. Summer Moon. Give him a Summer Moon. That delicious coffees at Summer Moon. Oh, gosh darn it all. I guess what we're gonna have to do is go rescue Sigurd now. I think in the meantime, because I like to do things between episodes, I'm gonna go river raiding, and I'm gonna see if I can get enough supplies to upgrade these things over here that require supplies from river raiding to upgrade. And maybe we'll do that when, when we come back. I'll have the supplies, and we'll be ready to go. Except I'm not sure if that also requires supplies.
What do you see?
It looks like 600 of something. Yeah, all of this requires foreign supplies. Alright. Except for this. I've currently got 200, apparently, that I can just spend on whatever this is. Gosh, but if it is just like a horrible storm blowing through right now. There's a bunch of people in here as well, just kind of hanging out. They're not even prepared for what's about to happen. I'm about to upgrade their entire building while they're just sitting inside in the middle of a rainstorm. What is the... I don't even know, the Young Viking Hall? New word to hard. Cool. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.